Hey guys, what's up going? My name is Robin. Welcome back once again for today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what Canadian stocks I'm going to be buying inside my portfolio today. I'll show you guys my dividend income and how much money the portfolio has been making us since we first started investing, and I'll give you guys an update on my portfolios so you guys can see how they've been doing. And since on this channel, the whole goal is basically to document my journey and hopefully one day live off my dividend income, what I'm going to be showing you guys today at the end of the video is I'm going to be taking a trip to the grocery store, and I'll show you guys what groceries I bought with my dividend income that we earned from last month. So if you guys stick around to the end of the video, I'll show you guys what I bought with my dividends. But other than that, guys, if you guys do enjoy this video, please do me a big favor and smash the like button and subscribe if you guys want to be notified of when I do these videos. But other than that, let's jump inside the portfolios and let's see how our stocks are doing today. Alright guys, so we're inside my Wealth Simple Trade desktop app here, and we're going to cover the two portfolios first here. We have a TFSA that we first built on this portfolio since we first started this channel, and we've just recently maxed out my TFSAs. I have two TFSAs, one with Wealth Simple Invest and one with Wealth Simple Trade. We just maxed out a Wealth Simple Trade TFSA, so we've kind of basically been transitioning into a personal account, but we'll go over the TFSA just so you guys can see how this account has grown over time. So we currently have $29,000, which is $424 inside the TFSA, and in the past day, since this morning, we are down negative $25, which is 0%, so nothing really much happening today so far. Over the past week, we are down $84, which is 0%, so the whole past week has kind of been a little bit up and down, but basically at the end of the week, we've kind of just basically back to where we started kind of thing. Over the past month, we're up 2%, which is $531. So again, overall, our stocks are growing on a regular basis. Over the past 3 months, we are up 10%, which is $2,712, which is quite a bit more. And again, a lot of this is coming from the beginning of the year when we've seen that big rise in stocks at the start of the year. And year over year, the stock portfolio was up $3,568, 14%, which is really cool and really solid. And I'm really happy with the way things are going. And you guys are going to notice that now that I'm not putting any money inside this portfolio, we should see the gains start to kind of really stack up, and that percentage will really start to grow because everything that we get from dividend income and stock growth is going to add to that total. So we should see some pretty good growth in the TFSA as time goes on. And if we bounce it over to the personal account here, you guys can see we have $1,000 inside the personal account. This account basically right now mirrors the TFSA, and it's going to in the beginning, but over time we're kind of expanded. There's some stocks I want to kind of add new stocks I'm going to add inside the personal account. And there's some stocks I have in my TFSA I don't really want to bring inside the personal account because the personal account is going to even more so focus on dividend stocks because we want to get those nice tax benefits from Canadian dividend stocks and whatnot, but we will still be buying more or less the same things. So over the past day, the personal account is actually down 10%. Over the past week, we're up 1%. This down 9%, I think, is just because of the little dip that we've had, and because we have a smaller holding, or that could just be an error because that seems up quite a bit. That might just be an error with Wealth Simple Trade, so just kind of keep that in mind. Over the past week, we're up 1%. Over the past month, we're up 1%. And over the past 3 months, we're up 1%. So once again, it's going to have the same growth more or less. Just keep in mind that when you're putting money in, especially with small accounts, the numbers can really kind of be all over the place, and Wealth Simple Trade sometimes does have some errors, especially as you're adding in cash on a regular basis into your account. So the personal account, once again, is pretty much more or less going to mirror the TFSA. The only two stocks we have right now is TD. We have 5 shares of TD, which is up looks like it's up 2%, and then we have VDY, which is up 0.37%. So the actual portfolio is not accurate. Like I said, all time, it's up 1%. So I think it's not 100% accurate. Just keep in mind that sometimes there's a bit of a delay with Wealth Simple Trade. So the other thing we're going to be focusing on today is I have $300 to invest, and once again, I'm going to be focusing on adding some of the more solid stocks inside my portfolio. So the one we're going to be buying today is going to be none other than Manulife. So I'm going to take a quick peek here, and I'll show you guys why I think Manulife is a good stock. I've been buying Manulife for a long time inside my TFSA, and it's just been a really, really good growing company. So I'm going to type it in here at the top here. This is how you find stocks on Wealth Simple Trade, and the ticker for Manulife is MFC. That's the ticker you want. And Manulife is basically a financial insurance-based company that makes a lot of money from people, buying insurance products and different things like that. They're a really well expanding company that is expanding, internationally and whatnot, and their revenue has just been increasing really well, especially over the past couple of years, even throughout the pandemic. So, they are a company that just keeps growing. Over the past year, they're up 63%, so good recovery since the pandemic. If you guys have been investing in Manulife since then, you probably have a pretty solid return. And over the past 5 years, it is up 41%, which is pretty solid given the big dip that it had last year and whatnot. So Let's take a peek at Manulife inside of our TFSA. So inside of our TFSA, we have 49 shares. Total value is about $1,300, and that's up 20%. So since we've been buying it throughout the year, it's not up as much, but as time goes on, we should see that grow and grow inside the TFSA. But being up 20% is pretty solid, and I'm pretty happy with that. Not too shabby in regards to returns there, and it represents about 5% of my portfolio, and I do hold it in ETFs, but I do think it's a good company, so I do like buying individual shares as well. So inside my personal account today, I'm going to be buying about, I think, we'll go with $150, I think, in Manulife, and then we'll put the rest into we'll probably look at maybe like VDY, and I'll put the rest into VDY, and then over time I will be buying some US based stocks inside this portfolio as well. So back on the portfolio screen, you guys can see here that I did buy 6 shares of Manulife, and I'll put the rest of the money today into VDY, and I will be buying VFV, which, if you guys remember, is a US index. As time goes on, I'll slowly start to build that position inside this portfolio, but I'm going to just put the rest of the money into VDY. I'm focusing on the dividend income, and then as time goes on, I will kind of spread it out and will mirror the TFSA, and then we'll start adding new stocks. So we'll go into VDY here. Just take a quick little peek at VDY. It is a Canadian index fund, as you guys all know if you guys watch my channel. It's one of my favorite funds. It's up 30% in the past 5 years. Obviously, the pandemic pushing it down, but in the past year, it's recovered 36%, and it holds a lot of the good companies inside the Canadian market. We're up 13% since we started investing into it. So it's just a good steady fund that pays a nice monthly dividend and has done pretty well. So we have $147 at our personal account, and we'll put the rest of that into VDY. Looks like we can buy 3 shares, so we'll put that through, and that'll be the stocks that I'm buying in today's video. Here's just a quick little portfolio diversification section just for you guys who are brand new to the channel and you guys want to see my different stocks. Here's a pie chart that basically shows the different stocks that I hold. So our biggest holding is VFV.to, which is a Vanguard-based Canadian traded S&P 500 fund, and then we have VDY, which I've already talked about in today's video. So these 2 ETFs make up the bulk of my portfolio, and then we have MFC, Manulife, like we already talked about today, which is 4%. We have RioCan, which is 8%, and a little bit of real estate, and then we have some other ones like TransAlta Renewables, Severia Corp, Shaw Communications, TELUS, BIP, ATD, which is Alimentation Couche-Tard, which is the Mac stores and whatnot, the convenience store stock. And then we have AQN, Algonquin Power and Utilities, which has a little bit of percentage. And then we have some CNR, some Fortis, and then H&R REIT, which is another REIT. And then we have TD, the bank TD, which also is most of my portfolio with 8%. And then we have some XRE at the bottom here that I'm looking to sell. So here's just a quick little recap of some of the stocks I hold inside the portfolio, and I figured it'd be helpful to give you guys a quick little update on that. And for those of you guys who want to see the dividend income of the portfolio, which is the main focus of this channel, we're focusing on stock appreciation, stock growth, as well as dividend growth. Here's the dividend growth for the portfolio since we first started investing. So when we built the dividend-based portfolio in January of 2020, we just were making a couple cents, and then slowly over time, as we put more and more money, I'm basically throwing all my free cash I have that I can basically anything I can pick up, basically anything I earn, anything I can save, I put inside this portfolio to grow. And you guys can see that it's just been growing steady on a regular basis, on a monthly basis. Here's the dividends that we'll be getting on a monthly basis. So September of month 9 of the portfolio, we earned $44, and we've just been reinvesting that income and growing it over time. In April, we're currently sitting at $78, approaching the end of the month. We might get a couple more dividends. I think we're going to hit $100 going towards the end of April, which would be super cool. But even in March, we hit $70. So you guys can see it's been a pretty steady increase, and it's growing on a regular basis. And our total dividend income inside the portfolio is $503. So once again, slow to start off with, but we're really seeing those nice increases as time goes on. And before we end this video, guys, we'll take a quick peek at my the groceries I bought. So if you guys don't know, I'm also tracking things I'm buying with my dividends because I do eventually want to live off the portfolio. And one of the big things that I started doing was I was putting 20% of my monthly dividend income into groceries. So basically what I do is I look at my monthly income and I'd be like, okay, well, let's role play and pretend, you know, I'm using this money to live off kind of thing. And I take 20% of that, which would be $13, and I go to the grocery store. So I went to the grocery store and I bought some groceries, and I'll show you guys what I got there. Alright guys, so here's the stuff that I bought from the grocery store. This ended up being about $10, just under $11 in total, so we saved a little bit of money as well. But I bought some stuff here, and the first thing I got here, as you guys can see here, is a nice little pack of mushrooms. These were on sale. I think they were about like $1.98, so $2 for a pack of mushrooms is pretty cheap. They tend to go on sale quite a bit here, so I picked them in stir fries and stuff. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to be making with most of this stuff. Here is some, I think this is either parsley or cilantro. Just gonna take a quick little peek here. Yeah, it looks like it's some parsley here. I bought parsley. You can get herbs for pretty cheap. They cost about $1 or so for like a little bundle here, and I'll stick them in soups and salads and different things like that. Whenever I'm cooking curries and stuff like that, I always throw a little bit of herbs. Here's some green onions. Once again, you can stick them in anything you want: salads, stir fries, soups, things like that. I bought some green onions. They're about $1 for a bunch of those. So, as you guys can see, most of this produce isn't very expensive. This is a zucchini. I think this was about 60 cents for one zucchini. I just bought one. Once again, I'll probably just make a stir fry or something out of this stuff and use some stuff I already have. But as you guys can see, it buys a lot of good stuff you can get for a pretty decent price. Here's cilantro, bag of cilantro here. Once again, nice little bundle. I think it was about 80 cents. I tend to just go to the produce section and buy whatever is on sale. And that's kind of how I save money. And here's a can of tuna. A can of tuna is pretty cheap. I use tuna for, I like to have it once in a while. But I do buy canned stuff here and there. And now it's about, I think, $1 for a can of tuna. So I might add that in a sandwich or something. And then I got some bananas because I use bananas for everything. I munch on them. I put them in smoothies and stuff like that. So bananas are nice to have. But anyways, guys, here's what about the dividend. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys later.